China's cuisine is popular throughout the world. Their food traditions have fed hungry Americans for decades. And so far, all we've given back can fit on an extra value menu.
I love American food. Fried chicken, French fries, it's famous.
It's time to do true American cuisine some justice, and for that, we're gonna have to roll deep. My name is Howie Southworth. I'm a classically trained cook. I'll find local delicacies and ingredients to inspire what classic American dish I'll then share with the neighborhood. With any luck, I'll be welcomed as a good food ambassador. Suzhou has been called the Venice of the East, and for good reason. Ancient canals run throughout the city, defining lifestyle, tourism, and even what they eat. Sitting about an hour west of Shanghai, this place has an old town vibe with easy access to the modern. So I'm looking to cook up an American dish that brings people back to a simpler time, but with a modern twist. Who is that handsome devil? We're here at the Hanyuan International Club in Suzhou, and they've actually heard about the show and invited me to cook for a very special holiday event here at the hotel. So I want to find one dish that best represents an introduction to American cuisine. So let's go hit this town and find out what makes these people tick. 你这什么？ They give you multiple sticks so you can stretch and have fun with it. Suzhou gets a lot of luxury customers, and all the touristy areas have a lot of high-end goods, but they still retain their street food culture. It's a sesame pancake with sesame paste on the inside. That is so good. One of the things that Suzhou is famous for is silk, but frankly, you give me a deep-fried silkworm, and I'll shake your hand. Can you tell us what your favorite food from Jiangsu is?
Maybe crab.
葱里上北太湖白鱼、太湖白虾，还有银鱼炒蛋。
Huayang cuisine is rather sweet and a little bit salty, different from, say, Southwest China, which is very spicy, or Northern China, which is very salty. I met my friend Xiao Liu here for lunch, and since he's local, I asked him to recommend dishes that I have to try. The first is the 3 whites from Lake Tai. I've got the white fish, I've got the white bait with scrambled eggs, and then I've got the white shrimp. The second thing he recommended is Yangzhou-style fried rice. And the third thing is red cooked diced chicken. But let me tell you something about the chickens in China. Hacked up with a cleaver, oftentimes they have the chicken head on the plate so you can see as a diner that you're getting the whole chicken. And this looks to me to be braised in a lot more soy sauce than anything else. Hands down, one of my favorite chicken dishes I've ever tried. The white shrimp are strange. They're fairly small, which makes them almost impossible to peel. Trust me, I'm actually really good with chopsticks, but these things are slippery as all get out. If I can get beyond the fact that I'm eating a shell, it's crunchy, kind of like a potato chip. I was eating those like popcorn. And the even smaller white bait, it is basically a baby fish. Those things have a particular structure. Imagine bones that are not fully formed on the inside of a worm. Yangzhou fried rice. It's basically an egg fried rice and some kind of cured meat. Sometimes it's sausage, sometimes it's ham. Oh, that hits the spot. I love the fish, but I always love fish in China. They actually split it down the middle and butterfly it, so you don't have to flip the fish or pull the whole bone out. But this thing is really like butter. It really is. This place is beautiful. Walking along the canals, walking through some rock gardens, had a lot of time to think. I decided why not take all the things that I consider to be awesome about this place and put them all in the same dish.
真的不可以吃。
I'm in Suzhou, the Venice of the East, after taking a leisurely walk along ancient canals, sampling some delicious street eats, and having a somewhat confusing lunch. I need to figure out one representative American dish to to serve to my friends at the IN International Club. I decided why not take all the things that I consider to be awesome about this place and put them all in the same dish. Even though lunch had mixed reviews, the three highlights needed to all show up in one culinary masterpiece: the chicken, the shrimp, and the rice. And there are very few American dishes that do that better than jambalaya. I got up at 4:45 in the morning. I was tired. It's never too early for a little steam bath. Now, I've been told that Suzhou's an early rising town, but I had no idea. I'm one of the first people here, except for the guys who've been making steam buns since 2.
It's just a piece of truth that you have to know. It's a mistake that everything comes from the...
So, jambalaya. My shopping list, pretty simple. The Holy Trinity, right here on the tables. Onions, celery, peppers, in spades. There's
Everything comes from...
Holy Trinity, taken care of. Am I making Creole or Cajun jambalaya? Well, the Creole's add tomato, and I like the color. One thing that always surprises me about the Chinese market is I always find some green that I've never tasted before. I'm not exactly sure how this fits into jambalaya, but where there's a will, there's a way. I need sausage, chicken, and shrimp. I had a fabulous time buying the shrimp. I was lucky enough to get to the stall that opened first with all these wonderful shellfish. Yes, there were other people selling shrimp, but I was having such a good time at this woman's stall, I couldn't tear myself away. I'm glad I got here when I did, because these shrimp are going like hotcakes. This guy just bought about half the pan. Standing next to one woman who is telling me how to cook them.
这个好吃吗？好吃啊！
怎么做？
把这个滚石烧好了，把这个花弄下去，
好的。
然后这个川渝菜整个拿出来。
Hi, little guy. 吃。
生的不可以吃。Yes, it is.
You were dressed in black.
They're also known for xiangchang, or fragrant sausage. Little sweet, not smoked, only salt cured. Hey, 卖什么？
我买的鸡呀，鸡买鸡。
怎么做了？
我们煮汤。
I'm gonna make raw shrimp. He was too busy. And once again in my life, I'm posing with sausage. But there's a big difference between these two. The one to my left doesn't have wheat flour blended in with the mixture. I'm gonna go pure and get the expensive stuff. The chicken. It's a very different experience buying a chicken in China. You're buying what effectively looks like a rubber chicken that you might use on Halloween, because you're not buying it on styrofoam under cellophane. And the chicken still has its guts, its head, little talons, perhaps a couple of feathers on there. Let's go make some jambalaya. I'm happy cutting sausage. I bet you didn't know this was a singing and cooking show. I came back to the IN International Club, and it was a beautiful environment. The dining room was gorgeous. It was all set up for this holiday event. Now, jambalaya is a one-pot dish, so the only thing I really needed was a cutting board and a cleaver, and I needed one wok, and that's it. I always feel an unfair sense of power when I have a Chinese cleaver in my hand. Is that fair? The choppy was very simple. It's like being in my own home kitchen.
Let me go, let me go now. I need to go here anymore. Let me go for. I can't stay here anymore now. Let me go now. Let me go, go. Let me go.
I'm happy cutting sausage. I bet you didn't know this was a singing and cooking show. I had ample amounts of the kitchen staff there to watch me. In fact, I had some offer to help me, and I took their help. I decided that these little tiny white shrimp needed to be shelled. chickens are bred to be top light, bottom heavy, where I'm used to somewhat of the reverse. So there's not a lot of meat where I usually expect meat. So what the Chinese prefer is big, dark meat legs.
We rock the family and your show is not over. We dancing, we crying, I can't now. We rock the family and your show is not over. We dancing, we crying, I can't now. We rock the family and your show is not over. We dancing, we crying, I can't now.
That's my cayenne flavor right there. And I didn't have any cayenne pepper, but I did have fermented broad bean paste. Using it would appeal to the local taste. But this is jambalaya, baby. It wasn't until after I put the rice, the stock, and the chicken and the shrimp in until I realized I'm not going to get the heat any lower than it is right now. I was afraid that I was going to burn the entire bottom of this jambalaya as it was simmering. What I ended up doing was leaving the pilot flame on, which shot out one side of the element. I stood there for a half hour and turned the wok every 2 minutes. That is some spicy jambalaya. I hope these people are ready for a party in their mouth. Whew. Using some of the local win-win-toe vegetable as the garnish. I'm not exactly sure how this fits into jambalaya. So cute. So we were invited to cook in this beautiful kitchen. The dining room is so quiet that when people react to the food, they're very shy about it. But as we pull back, they're shoveling it in, man. They love the stuff. This is a classy joint. They're not gonna hoot and holler when they love the food. They were quietly obsessed. So I'm about to serve the jambalaya to the general manager of the Hanyuan International Club. These folks have been so nice, let us use their kitchen. It's a question mark, very good. Oh, thank you so much.
I love that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really love that.
Good.
Good. Thank you. Good. Oh, very good. Excelente. Suzhou, you've been sauced in translation. The difference between these two sausages.
This is great.
Oh, and I'm holding sausages. This is gonna slip out of my fingers. Hold on. My oh my, this is a real sausage fest. So I'm looking to introduce a modern event. Let's go hang out and get a feel for what gives this place its TikTok. I don't know why I said that.
Don't use any of that stuff. He was wearing the wrong shirt.
I've met my friend Mr. Liu Li Jian here. Yes. So I've met my friend here. Not so. Li. I've met my friend Liu Li Xian. I'm having trouble with the name rolling off the tongue. Ow, that's hot. Burnt my fingers there. Be careful. You're about to fall off the cliff. Yeah, I really like Suzhou. The food's oh, that was a hole in the ground. Who is that handsome devil? You have to stop. We're here at the Hanyuan International Club in Suzhou. And then the papa.